Hey, to start with, I'm going to look at the effect that this video is explaining. Here we go. He approaches a target and a light goes on. It's the incredible new effect. So you can press G and this hello, but it's his proximity creates the light to go on or off. So we'll be looking at how that works. Okay, so I've been refactoring the range on targets a bit. Here's how it looks at the moment. This is more or less as it was. So based on the target, you've got 2.5 meters max range from. So as he shows the range and use range from, I'll just show you this. This is like not using range from. We've still got max range is something that's just been added. But what you'll notice, this is now using range from the camera. So to switch it on and off, probably need a bit more range from the camera. Call it 3 and it'll give you a similar, he needs, the camera's about 2 meters behind him. So range from is set on display manager as from the actual player character. There we go, 4 meters. What's good, it's using the quicker calculation because it's always calculating these anyway. The range from the camera is being calculated every frame anyway. But you know, if you want it more accurately, you use range from the player character rather than the camera. If you press G, that's down to target interaction script. It's a very simple script. It's just this update on the update. Now this is something that I've changed a bit now. Is that rather than using an update, it's now possible to look at the target every frame post the update via a post target updater. So if we add PTU object switch range entry, this is an object. It's a bit like if you want to get into the code, it's all there in the source code. It comes with this display manager. It's very simple. It's going to switch an object on or off. It's based on these classes of post target updaters. Very simple stuff. You just put whatever code you want to happen post the object update, which is occurring every frame in late updates. Now, without any confusion though, you just put this into the post target updater, one of these objects. The main thing I'm leaving here is that we're calculating the range, whatever. So to make various things happen, say there was a light on this object, and it was so it's a bit stronger than the sun even, so we definitely see it and we'll put it above the object. Okay, what this one does is it will switch an object on or off. If that's set, it will switch an object off as you approach it. Without that, it's going to switch it on and off when you leave it. Again, if you look at the code, the range entry, it kind of creates these two on range enter, on range exits. It's a bit like a sphere, well, not sphere cast, a collider on trigger enter, on trigger exit. And you can kind of inherit these and add your own code to do whatever, but here's a very simple one that's included, and it's to switch game object on or off based on the range, which actually every object now with a target where we were using it to just display the UI. Whoops, switch that light off to begin with. Where we were using the targets just to switch the UI on and off, we can also lever the range calculation, save ourselves some time with all volume casts or whatever. And here it's switching a light on and off like this. So that's the main thing it's leaving right now, is range. I mean, there's other things I thought of that you could do based on external factors. Anything you wanted to add that occurs after a target's update, you can make changes to the target itself. We could change the star shape based on external factors. Anything like this, you can do it with scripts like target interaction, where you have reference to a target. But here we've got to create an update for every single one, whereas you can stack on these post target updaters into multi-post target updaters and trigger several at once without running an update function, and it's only going to be running as long as the object, the target, is actually active and running. So it's more like the target calling out than you calling the target, if that makes sense, but still essentially just looking at the contents of the target. In this case, using the range entry to tell if it's in range or not. Other functions we could look at in future is a slight refactoring of the rendering, so it will tell you if an object is rendered or not, and you could use that to switch on off other scripts, anything. So for optimization issues, that's how I often be thinking of using this. It's just you kind of got like a free performance wise range check every frame, and also it's not just that, it's also saying is it within here. It's not, see, it's not in the screen, he's behind it. If he was using, that's using range from. Now say it's not actually on the screen, if you're using the camera for instance, which needs to be nearer, if you're using the camera 4 meters say, then it also has to be on screen, i.e. you can do it for things, just for things that you are looking at, kind of thing. See, the light's off, only when it's on screen is he actually, you know, only when the UI would be showing anyway, because the target is on screen. So that's a handy little function, you know, things that you want to look at and then you want to create a kind of interaction with them. I'll probably try and add to the system a key press to do anything, but you'd have to add your code as to what it actually does on the key press. So you know, there'd be a tiny bit of scripting. It's like just the basic target interaction without the update. I mean, all it's saying is that if the key G, then do this timeout pop-up, which just makes the thing pop up when you press the letter, like, you know, press G, that hello pops up and then it times out. So, you know, there's all kinds of stuff you could do with it, but hopefully find it useful. Thanks for watching.